queens, divas of a more mature age. Welcome back to my channel. OMG. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. I am actually the Eva Monroe. And if this is your first time joining me, thank you. Welcome. If it's not, it probably seems like it is your first time joining me here on my lovely channel. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? Why the hell have I been gone so long? I'm gonna share that today. I'm gonna tell you lovely ladies exactly what has been going on in my life, right? I would love to come on and say, well, no, let me stop that. I wouldn't love to, but it would probably make more sense for me to come on and say, oh my God, like everything is torn up. I've been manically depressed but that's not actually why I've been off camera. Oh, there have been bad days though, don't get it twisted. But I have been sewing and 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 sewing. And I told you guys in the last video where I shared all my projects that I had been working on or whatever, that I really wanted to apply myself to this new thing that I started doing. And it was really crazy how things started working out, because if you remember, if you think back, I said, okay, I turned 45 and 45 is the year that I want to find my thing. And I said, Lord, I said, you know, if you're listening, I want to know what it is that I'm great at. Like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What are these hands supposed to be doing? What is this life supposed to be doing? Show me that thing, give it to me, and I'll make you proud. Like, I will do everything in my power to become great and to become wonderful at this thing. Like, whatever it is, if it's shoveling snow, picking up trash off the sidewalk, mentoring, whatever it is, I will become the best that I possibly can at it, right? So, an advisor, a spiritual advisor said, remove yourself and apply yourself. Meaning, remove yourself from social media, remove yourself from negativity, remove yourself from everything that is a distraction, and apply yourself to something that you really want to be doing. You know, learn something new and different, do something. And so little things just started falling into my lap and happening, and I was sewing and I was applying myself. And every day I was listening to Stop Doing What Poor People Do. Like, I could probably recite that. Earl Nightingale, Stop Doing What Poor People Do. And to be honest, the first time I ever listened to that, I didn't listen to it because I was going to get out of it what I actually got out of it. I listened to it because I wanted to know if I did what poor people do. and I did. I did. I was doing what poor people did. So I got so much, you know, food from that, and so much positive motivation and reinforcement. And y'all, I just started applying myself to sewing like I've never applied myself to anything ever in my life. Nothing. I've crafted around with everything from polymer clay. I used to love polymer clay. What is that, where you make the rugs or whatever, hook needling or whatever, latch hook or whatever. So many things that, you know, I've spent a lot of time doing. I'm a busybody and I'm an avid crafter. Like, I love crafting, but I've never applied myself to anything as much as, or the way that I applied myself to sewing. And I'm so glad I did, right? So today I'm going to share some patterns with you lovely, not patterns, but pieces that I've actually made with you lovely ladies. And I want you to be honest in the comment section below. Tell me what you think of these things. I will say this thing right here, that I'm going through this thing right now where I'm really overly critical of myself and my creations, right? Oh, my vent went off. Hallelujah. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't even think about it when I started talking. I'm overly critical of my work. Like, I'll show someone something that I've done and they'll be like, girl, that is amazing. Like, you should sell that. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you know, look, like this little thing right here, like I could have did that better. Or no, I don't really like the lapel, or I don't really like, and then I was like, girl, get over yourself and your stuff and stop that. Okay. I was telling a friend of mine about that one day because she said she's the same way. Like when she makes things or whatever and people compliment her on those things, she's like, yeah, but you know, oh, I got the, and now I'm at a point to where I'm like, girl, my stuff is fire. Okay. And y'all let me know if y'all would buy this stuff or not. No, no, I actually am working on something. I'm trying to get my mind together, and I'm trying to figure out how I can actually share my creations with the world. So y'all know blazers are my thing, right? And so that is what I have poured my heart and soul into. So while I'm showing you some of my creations that I made, I'm going to share the pattern with you, and I'm also going to give you some tips as to if you want to start sewing really nice, actually expensive looking clothes, some things that you can actually do to get yourself started. So we'll do this, we'll make this like a multi-purpose type video. We'll multitask here, okay? Now, I have found, the very first thing I'm going to share with y'all, I have found what I have deemed to be the best blazer pattern I have gotten my hands on, okay? And take this from someone who has purchased, printed, or downloaded every damn blazer pattern there is to purchase, print, or download. I'm talking Vogue, Butterick's, Simplicity, all of them, okay? This one is the one I love, and I love this because I am a peak lapel girl. As well as I'm a peak lapel girl, most of the time, I'm a double-breasted girl as well. This is Fernanda from Vikisews Patterns, okay? The fabric is actually from Zeloff. No. I'm sorry. The fabric is from Nick of Time Textiles. I'll also let you know where all of the fabrics are from that I'm going to be sharing. This is from Nick of Time Textiles. It is a textured, this is a jacquard, I want to say. Y'all know I love a jacquard. And this is Fernanda. So if you want to print this off, one piece of advice I'll give you about Fernanda is whatever size you think you are in European, go one size up from that. And that way I feel like you get the perfect fit. Now another thing I'll tell you is that on Vikisews Patterns, on her blazers, I always have to do an armhole adjustment. And I just have to go in and add a little fabric to the arm side on her blazers. But I stinking love this. Y'all see I put my Tiffany necklace and pearls on her, and because I feel like it's like really close to Tiffany blue, right? I love this. It's double-breasted. I've done this where I've done 4 buttons on it, but this one I only put 2 buttons on this one here as well. Now let me I gotta show you this, because like this is the part that I totally love, I'm obsessed with. And that, my friends, is the inside. Like I love the lining. Let me should I take it? Well, we won't take it off, we'll leave it. But I'm really into making the linings on all my stuff look as good as the outside of the blazer actually looks. So again, this is Miss Fernanda. Let me turn around, hold on. And I also added that lining that's on the inside. I added that to the bottom of the pockets, and then I made a little thing to go inside of her lapel. This is beautiful. I'm absolutely head over heels in love with Fernanda. So like I said, if you get this pattern, if you download it from Vikisews, then go one size up from whatever they tell you your European size actually is. Oh, and always make a mock-up. Make a toile, girl. Don't skim on that. That would be my first piece of advice. If you want to start sewing and you want to start making garments that look good, fit well, focus on fit, and the best way to do that is to always, even though it's time consuming, make a muslin mock-up, a toile of it. Always. Don't skip that, because there's nothing worse than completing a garment only to realize that it don't fit you. So, all right, let's move Fernanda out of the way. This is Fernanda. I don't know. Can you guys see? Is the bling coming through on the camera? This is Fernanda as well, but this fabric is from Zelouf fabric. Is it Zelouf? We'll call it Zelouf. It's Z-E-L-O-U-F. I'll link it in the description box below. This is beautiful. It is it's not houndstooth, but it's got Lurex in it. Thread, and I don't know if the lighting is hitting it right or not, but it actually blings. And oh, she loved this thing. Look at that. Look at it. Beautiful. Okay, next up. Okay, so the next outfit I have to show you, I actually have a funny story about this outfit, okay? I was online one night and I was watching some, because I'll only watch clothes videos on YouTube, right? Clothing or gardening or sewing or gardening or clothing videos, right? And I was watching a Karen Britchick video, and she styled me, or someone else had styled her, right? And I was sewing it. I had my iPad going. I was sewing. I had my iPad going, and I was kind of watching. And there came a moment when Karen stepped out of the dressing room, and she had on a pair of fuchsia satin cargo pants and a fuchsia satin shirt. Now, a friend of mine was getting ready to have her 50th birthday party, right? And when I saw, I was like, oh my God, I need those pants. I need those pants. So I went, I set out, I looked for the pants. And when the pants popped up, child, when I found the pants, they were $435. And I said, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Because when I tell you, I don't buy clothes anymore. I do not buy clothes anymore. I wear all my own stuff, and whatever I get new, I make it, okay? So I went to the fabric store, went to Jackman's Fabric, and I know they always have tons and tons of bridal satin. And don't ever do this, because 24 hours before my friend's 50th birthday party, I sat down at my sewing machine and I concocted this. I made this outfit, okay? I was so stressed out. In the 9th hour, I just started throwing stuff together. I almost cried. I'm telling you, literally an hour before I walked out the door, I was like sewing on buttons and closures and things like that. Don't ever do that. The next time I did something like that, I would at least give myself like a week prior to the day that I actually needed to be somewhere. Now, this is the shirt that I made. Let me lay the pants down for a second. Okay, this is the shirt. Now, the shirt is actually a simplicity pattern, and it's just your basic button-up shirt pattern. I'll pop up a picture of the night I wore this. Killed it. No, but I love this shirt because it has I don't know if you guys can see it, it's actually got the closed up yoke on the inside, which I think just makes it look really nice and tidy. You don't see any seams or anything. I actually went in and overlocked all the edges and everything, but it's actually a very easy shirt to make, but a really nice shirt. Like, this thing is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I'm going to show you guys some fabric I just got. I'm going to make that shirt in like a chartreuse satin. And then these are Vikisews cargo pants. And these, I want to say they're the Deryll trousers. But I'll link the correct ones in the description box below. But these things right here also came out absolutely freaking gorgeous. And like I said, y'all, literally an hour before I went out the door, I was sewing on closures and finishing zippers and just going crazy. So I said, I'm going to make these again and I'm going to relax this time. Instead of doing a gathered ankle, I actually did ties around my ankle, which looked cute. I accidentally found a pair of fuchsia sock booties in my closet, and you'll see in the photo that that was what I wore with these. So $435. If your bank account is set up like that, then child, you just go right on ahead. But that right there is $15 worth of actually that stretch satin fuchsia fabric that I got from Jackman's Fabrics. So there you go. So don't tell Karen I copied off of her and only spent $15 doing so. Okay, I almost forgot. I actually made these pants twice. I made these pants with this fabric. I haven't worn these yet, but I'm super excited to wear these. Now, I opted out for the pockets on these and just did like a real like oversized type pant with this rose Mikado fabric. How cute are these gonna be in the springtime? Like I can't wait to wear these. I didn't do the tie closures on the bottom of these, but those are super cute. And this fabric is from Zaloof as well. Okay, so the next item that I'm gonna show you is actually a McCall's pattern, and it is McCall's M7727. Now, show you this. Okay, true story about this pattern. I bought this pattern, and whenever I don't buy commercial patterns anymore. I'll just let you know that right now. So I bought this a while ago. I only purchase PDF patterns, and I have a whole story behind that. But I had bought this, and whenever I buy a pattern, the first thing I do is I go pull up the reviews on Pattern Review, or I look on YouTube to see if anybody had made it. And every time I saw this, it's like a dress or shirt that you can wear over leggings. I made it into a jacket actually. But every time I saw it, I hated the way it looked, because people were always using like quilting or cottons, you know, just regular old cotton or a shirting fabric. One girl did it in an Ankara, and I liked it, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can actually work that, right? So I did it in a brocade. There's the fabric, or the pattern again. I actually did it in this beautiful, beautiful child, black and gold brocade, and I put gold buttons on it. Gotta look at the back though. How gorgeous, right? Just absolutely a stunning jacket. I did the sleeves in black. It's pretty long, as you can see. They've got like a pleat kind of detail thing in the back going, but I honestly felt like this was like the perfect fabric for this. Now, what I did do was I actually went in and I lined the inside of it with organza. I don't know if you can see that, because the reason why I did that was because you can see under what's underneath, or whatever the lining is from the bottom of the dress as you walk, or the jacket in my case. But because they didn't have a lining for it, and I just didn't like the way that looked, so I lined the inside of it with organza, and then around the bottom I actually used a bias trim, which also makes it look better when you walk in this thing. But I absolutely love it. Now, my next tip for you, if you are trying to sew and you are trying to make garments that look amazing, fabric choice. Fabric choice is everything, okay? Because you can make good fabric look bad. You can make good fabric look horrible, but you can't make bad fabric look good, okay? So you really want to spend time trying to learn about different types of fabrics and how they hang and how they can be structured and what they're good for, because a lot of things that are in my to trash pile in the year that I've been sewing, the reason why they went in that pile is because I chose the wrong fabric for what could have been the right garment, but the fabric did not work well with the garment at all. So take some time out to learn about your knits and your wovens and all that type of stuff, because it will definitely help you in the long run. Another little tidbit of advice, because you know, whenever I look at, I go back and I look at pictures from where people have made that jacket, again, no one's jacket looks like mine. And it's just because of the, I'm not trying to, but it's because of the choice of fabric. That pattern actually calls for a, the pattern actually calls for a taffeta, which would also look very nice in that as well. I haven't seen anybody that actually used a taffeta to make that pattern, but definitely choose a different pattern. Choose really, really nice buttons and closures and trims, and add a different fabric, mix fabrics and patterns and things like that. Okay, now let me show you my next item. Okay, so the next item that I have is from Vikisews. Vicky, call me. I've sewn every pattern you've made. Holla at a sister, okay? I can do your tutorials or something, I don't know. This is an oversized button-up shirt that I am totally living my whole life for. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this fabric, because this fabric is corduroy. And have y'all heard? Child, corduroy is back in, okay? And this fabric is really nice. Now this shirt is really an easy shirt to make. It's another one that's got that closed up yoke on it or whatever. But and I mean, it's like really super oversized button-up shirt, which are in right now. I also made a pair of shorts to go with this out of the exact same fabric, but I think I showed you guys the shorts the last time, like when I showed the leather shorts that I had made, the faux leather, vegan. What's the difference between vegan and faux leather? I don't know. And then this shirt I made is actually, it's the same exact pattern, that big oversized shirt. I just loved this fabric, and I love the print on this fabric. So really nice. Again, I'll link which shirt pattern it is in the description box below. Okay, let's talk about my second favorite Vikisews blazer pattern. And I've showed you guys a blazer that I made out of Eteri prior to. Now Eteri is single breasted, and Eteri, in Eteri's pattern, she has hold on, let me talk first. So the white's gonna wash me out and mess my light up. Eteri has no pockets on her, so the pockets that you're gonna see, I actually added those myself, and all you have to do is just go in and add a welt pocket. You can steal one from any blazer pattern that you might already have laying around. And Eteri has literally 12 pleats, child. Not pleats, darts. 12 darts. So 6 in the front, 6 in the back, all together. If that makes any sense. If you don't like sewing darts, you won't want to fool with Eteri. That's her biggest problem. But she's cute. And she's single-breasted. And again, I say this right here. Whatever size you think that you are in European, in Fernanda, go up one size. In Eteri, go up 2. Okay? Go up 2 sizes. Now, someone gave me some fabric. That's a whole nother story for a whole different video. But I made this out of this white sequin fabric. And I'm gonna wear this. This'll be just for fun. But this thing is freaking gorgeous. I love it. My only regret is that I didn't line her, but I am gonna go back in and put a lining on her, as well as the other one. So I love this. I put the little ostrich feathers on there. Just really beautiful. And this white sequin fabric is everything. So I don't know how the lighting is coming out. Okay, this will be another favorite of mine. This is Eteri as well. Don't get in the comments and say, oh, everything is your favorite. It is. I love all my stuff. No, I love everything I'm showing y'all. I need to do a video of the things I've made that I hate, actually, because there have been some epic fails. For this is it's the fabric for me. I'm still working on this jacket right here. I kind of put a pause on it because it is actually going to be a spring jacket. When I was making it, it was early fall, and I showed it to my son. I was like, ooh, I'm about to rock this. My son was like, don't wear that. That's spring. I was like, yeah, but because when you make stuff, you want to wear it. I know I do. So I was like, all right, I'll put it away and save it for spring. And I'm glad I did, because let me tell you what happened. This fabric is from Mood. And Mood actually last week had this fabric on sale. They had a sale on florals. And so when I bought this, I bought 3 yards of it. And it's a floral print. And so in an attempt to match things up and to not have it looking crazy, to pattern match, I used every piece I had on this one blazer. So today, I'm actually expecting my package to arrive because I ordered enough to make a slack to go with this. But I love the colors of this are delicious, and the metallic, and oh, this is so beautiful. This is going to be like a whole moment in the springtime. I made a dress. I think the last time I talked about sewing, I did a sewing video. I said somebody told me, make a pretty dress. And I was like, I don't want to make a pretty dress. Well, I got this fabric, and this is from Fabrics and Fabrics. Now, let me tell you this. I'll buy fabric from anywhere except Joann's. Joann's gets on my nerves because I feel like they're so overpriced, and the quality of their fabrics is really not that great. Now, if that's all you have available to you, and it's not, because the only thing you have to do is get online. Most of these companies offer swatches. Order some swatches. This is tip number 4. See how I slid it in there? Order some swatches. Get the fabric, feel the fabric, see if it's going to be what you need it to be, and then go from there. But Joann's is extremely overpriced in my opinion, and the fabrics ain't that great. Now sometimes I'll go in there when they have a sale so that I can get notions and so that I can get interfacing, and that's about as good as it gets for me. Every now and again I might find something I like. This is from Fabrics and Fabrics. They are the loves of my life, okay? Now, look at this beautiful dress. You guys are going to see a picture of it, so don't fret. This pattern, this is a PDF pattern. I'm going to link it because I don't remember who it is, but you will be shocked and amazed at the fact that it's not Vikisews. It's someone else. But I actually did the back in the entire, let me raise her up. Y'all know I ain't tall up in here. So, and then the bottom of it looks like this. But the colors are absolutely amazing. It's super duper sheer, right? It's gonna be that thing that, you know, that nice flowy thing. It has a belt with it as well. I made a belt, and then these are the sleeve cuffs, and it's got a stand-up collar for the neck. Now I need to put the buttons on here. I actually got I actually bought these, and those are little pearl buttons, and so I'm gonna put those on there. Okay, y'all, I almost left out the most important jacket of my life. This is my fake Chanel. This is my faux Chanel tweed jacket. Oh my goodness, I love this jacket. Can you see the bling? Let me bring her in. The bling detail, all the pearls and everything that I have put in I put all pearls and some Swarovski bicone beads. Is it bicone or tricone beads? All right here on the shoulders. They're all in the fringe. Absolutely stunning, right? This is actually a Vikisews pattern, and I will link it in the description box below. I ain't done with that pattern yet. I am in the process. Let me show y'all. We just need to show y'all one piece. So with this same pattern, I'm in the process of making another boucle Chanel type jacket, and I'm gonna use this, and I don't know if you can see, it's got Lurex in it. My lighting doesn't do real good with glitter here, but so this is one of those projects that I'm going to be working on like whenever I have spare time to be working on projects, because I'm going in and I'm quilting each piece. It's already been interlined on the other side. Then I'm doing the quilted lining. Then I'm going to make this fringe, which I handmade all of this fringe and everything, and it's quite time consuming. It takes a while, so I'll be excited to share that with you guys when it's done. I'm also, because that is green in there, I bought this green ribbon. I'm going to use that in the fringe as well. I think it's going to be absolutely stunning. Okay, I have one more Fernanda. I almost forgot about this. I don't know how I almost forgot about this. Because this is one of my favorite jackets. Like, y'all know I like loud, funky, and crazy stuff, right? And so I made this. This is Fernanda as well. I just love the striped pattern. This is from Fabrics and Fabrics, my favorite people, okay? But a beautiful jacket. And the way that these side details happened, as you can see, they're both exactly the same. It happened on accident. I had actually lined up all the stripes and everything before I cut my pieces out, and then Fernanda has those side darts in her where you have to close the dart in order to do the welt pocket, and it turned out like that. And I was like, you know what, that's kind of funky, so we'll just do the pocket in black just to kind of set it off and make it look like, yeah, I meant to do that, okay? Okay, so those are some of my creations. And again, my last tip would be, if you really want to sew and you want to be able to make lovely, beautiful, professional looking garments that you can actually wear, is practice, 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 practice. Because the more you sew, the more you grow, right? When I say that it took me a year to learn how to actually be able to construct a blazer from start to finish, it really did. Like, and that was just being dedicated and learning, reading books, watching videos. Another piece of advice that I'll give you is this right here. Don't get stuck watching one person sew. Watch multiple people sew. Because what I learned is what happens when you have your favorite YouTuber, and watch them, by all means watch them, but also watch other people. Sometimes you pick up other people's bad habits, and sometimes you never see another way of things being done. And it wasn't until I started watching multiple people that I found that there's more than one way to do everything. And welt pockets was the main thing that I would cry myself to sleep at night over, until I started watching other people do it. And I realized that when some people do it, they just take the long way home. It's like, girl, why? You didn't have to go through all that. So watch multiple people sew, learn more than one way to do things, and then pick the way that works out the best for you, or that makes the most sense to you. Again, fabric choice, fabric choice, fabric choice. I see, here's the thing with me. I like expensive fabrics. I really do. I really like good fabrics. And so sometimes I can get myself in trouble with that. But I like working with good fabrics. And so I have found ways to get good fabrics at a really good discounted price so that I'm not breaking the bank over fabrics. But to me, fabrics and technique are everything. My last piece of advice, and I'm out of here, is slow down. You ain't got nowhere to be. Or maybe you do. But no, honestly, slow down. Like, that was my problem in the beginning. I saw people going do 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 do, and I wanted to do 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 do, but I had to slow down. I sew slow, but my lines are straight, and my seams are nice, and they're finished. And in 2023, my New Year's resolution is to make garments from start to finish. I'm not going to have any incomplete projects. I can have 3 projects at a time, but they need to be done from start to finish before I move on to something else. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so excited to be sharing this next chapter of my life with you all. Let me know if you guys actually want to see a blazer sewing video, like an actual tutorial, how to put it together from start to finish. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing. I would be interested in doing it, but I don't know if you guys would be interested in watching it. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I hope everyone is so far having an amazing 2023. Until I see you again, be blessed and bye for now. It's almost garden season.